Dennis, we're with Carabao. You've been playing some foot golf with Torre Andre Flo, who's in the background there.
Yep, he's worn out, as you see. Yes, it's been great fun. It's been really enjoyed it, and so you will, I'm sure, find out who won.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Right, we're going to pick your dream five-a-side. Based on all the players you've played with in your career, how tough is this going to be?
Very tough, but I think I've got it.
Formation?
Formation. I'm going to go, obviously, a goalkeeper, one at the back, two in midfield and one up front.
Okay, all
That's how I'm going to go. My first, obviously, is a goalkeeper. It's going to be Dave Seaman. And the reason being is, obviously, when we used to go on England duty, always found it very hard in games to score against him. I managed to do it a couple of times. But you see how good he was when you actually go on England duty and you see him constantly in goal. And he was a top goalkeeper, and he's someone who was a presence. I liked his personality as well as a guy. So yeah, and a top goalkeeper as well.
He was number one for so long, wasn't he?
Yeah,
was that a big part when you go into the England team, knowing that you had him as number one? He seemed to play for England all the time.
Well, knowing you got a number one sitting there that's let's say is a top goalkeeper, and you know those crucial moments when that extended arm comes out and that extended hand, and the ball that you think is going to go in the net, he managed to pull a save off. And he was that type of goalkeeper. You know, he had a big presence about him, came out for crosses, and you know, there's so many things that he done so well. And you know, it's great when a goalkeeper comes out and catches it and relieves the team of the pressure, and then calms everyone down. And obviously, that's why I chose Dave Seaman.
And despite the Arsenal and Chelsea differences, someone that you got on with as well off the pitch?
He was someone I got on very well with, yes. If I bump into him, we'll always have a long chat. Really like him, nice guy as well.
Okay, defender. I think I know who you're going to go for it.
He's, you know, he'd done an immaculate job when he was a young kid, and he used to clean me boots, and obviously warm that loose it up as well, he told everyone. But it's John Terry, obviously. I think he's a wonderful leader. He took over from me as captain, and he went on to do it extremely well. And he's been a fantastic player for not only for Chelsea, also for England. And it was great to see a young boy grow so quickly and grow into a man and become what he was, you know. And chuffed to bits in what he achieved all the way through his career, and just to, let's say, him be a part of what I kind of grew up with and was involved in when I was at Chelsea. It was lovely to have him around. There was some circumstance, I remember, when he had a bit of a problem with one player, and he booted him, and he weren't sure when he had first come into the first team. And I said to him, "Don't worry about it." And the kind of player got a little bit upset with him, and I said, "Next time, grab him and push him away. Just think, just because you're just in the group now and you've just arrived, be yourself." I said, "You wouldn't take that off anyone else. Don't take it off anyone." And he was great. He had a great presence about him. And I think 5 minutes later, bang, that was it. He hit him very hard.
Really?
No, with his feet.
Right. On your advice.
No, he tackled him in a real fair way, and you knew he was there, and it was really good to see. It was something I thought, yeah, well done.
Two midfielders you're going with?
Two midfielders, Ruud Gullit.
Wow,
and why? He had everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, the only thing he didn't have was good looks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ruud Gullit's in your team?
Yes, definitely.
On a serious note, you played with a lot of great players for England as well, Chelsea. What makes you pick Ruud Gullit above some of the other names that you could have picked?
His power, his pace. He was a pure specimen of a footballer, and he had the technical side of it as well. He had everything you could possibly want as a footballer. Quick, powerful, leap, head it. Control was immaculate, both feet. So he could do everything, you know. So he was a pure powerhouse. But you need more than being power. You need to have technique. You know, so you look at players and you look at everything that they've got, and he had the lot.
And he's going to be alongside.
He's going to be alongside Gaza.
Wow, what a player! Was that an easy one for you?
Yeah, very easy. You know, I was fortunate enough to room with Gaza when we was on England. When we was younger, and then I roomed with him, and then in the end it was easy for me just to leave him to room on his own.
What was that like, rooming with Gaza? Wow.
Yeah, it was great fun because he was constant. He was hyper, very hyper. You know, so that was Gaza for you. He was very hyperactive, and A lovely character to be around as well. So much fun, but another talent as well. Another talent, unfortunately, you know, that got an injury that set him back a little bit. And I remember the 1990 World Cup and what he'd done, and it was quite amazing because I think he's only just recently got into the playing the game by chance, and then he ended up going to the World Cup, and I think he was amazing. He really was, and his whole career and his performances, some of his performances were fantastic. They really were. He loved playing football, and you could see that. He was a Geordie boy that came out, and he was a delight. And I never forget, it was quite funny when the photo, there's an iconic photo of Vinny when he had older Gazza's bits. And it was, I never forget what he said, because we played him up there, and Vinny obviously had to man mark him. And Gazza was going, well, come over here, and they was having a bit of banter. When we had a long throw, and Vinny had to run and take the throw, and he says, like, fat boy, I'm coming back in a minute, fat boy. I'm going to take this throw and I'm coming back, fat boy. Right? Gazza's looking at me. You mad? Like that. But there was so much banter between them, and you know, they become very close. You know, what I mean? They like fishing, they like all.
They get on really well now, don't they?
They get on great, yeah. But you know what? He would have loved that. You know, because he's one of those. He when he nutmegged Vinny and he put his head between his legs and joked with him, and you know, and Vinny loved that as well. So yes, Gazza, I think he was a wonderful star, and he was great to have him around and people be able to see him.
Last player, striker, who are you going to go for?
My little midget mate, Franco Zola.
Is that what you call him? You call him that often?
He's a little midget, isn't he? Let's not beat around the bush, you know. I think he's taller than me, to be honest. No, we joke with each other. What a talent, that man as well. You know, he was an ultimate professional. I had the privilege of being able to play football and be in the same team as him. He had so much talent, and some of the ability he had was, you know, it was different to Gazza, because he was a jinker and he was the turner. He scored a lot more goals, and Gazza was quite powerful. But his overall ability and his awareness of things around him was frightening.
That Norwich goal, that's still...
The back heel, yes.
Still one of... Where do you rank that in great goals?
Well, fantastic.
So unique,
I actually like the one he scored against in the Cup Winners' Cup final, when he came on. And what happened, he came on the Cup Winners' Cup final, and he'd been injured. And his frustration was so much, it was in him. And the reason why it was in him was because he thought he was going to play, and Luca didn't want to really chance him, he didn't chance him. So he was upset. And then what happened, the ball came out, and he'd come on a sub. And to do what he'd done for the goal was amazing. I know the back heel was great. And it came back to me, bobbled it went away, and he seemed to be able to spin in behind. I played it in behind, and it kind of sat up nicely, and I was thinking, go on, take it on. And he didn't. He hit it on a half volley, and it went like a rocket into, do you remember that? Yeah. And to come on the field in the time that he came on the field, and to do what he just done, I just went, wow. And then he went absolutely potty. That whole adrenaline come out of him because his frustration and everything that he hadn't started. And the annoying thing about that was, I think there was a car. The man of the match was going to get a car, okay? And I'd actually done quite well, and I was thinking I was nearly in front when he scored.
Hang on a minute,
he won the car.
Surely winning the cup final, winning the trophy is the one.
That was brilliant.
You're thinking about the car as much as the trophy.
After, when they turned around and said, man of the match, there's going to be a car, I think, oh, I must have a chance there. But I realised then Franco's just come on, and this unbelievable goal, and he got it, yeah.
Do you think strikers get a with man of the match awards, they get it quite easy sometimes if they score an important goal?
Well, if they score any goals, defenders get it. They, no, I think it's spread out quite well.
Who's your captain in that team then?
Captain, it's John.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious, yeah.
Okay, super sub. If one of them, it sounds crazy to say, but if Gazza or Zola aren't quite performing, which they seem to do every time they play, who do you have on the bench to bring on?
George Weah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he can change games, George. You know, I think the goal for Milan that he scored when he goes from one end to the other, and we got George at the end, you know, and he won the FA Cup with us in 2000, and we got him at the end, and you could see what a talent he was, and the type of player. So if you know, George when he was kind of a little bit younger, it would have been fantastic. But we got George at the end. That's probably why George didn't get in the team.
I think he's president of Liberia now,
Yes,
isn't he?
he is. Yeah, I spoke to him about a month ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did that
Just to
transition
say,
work then?
I think he just wanted to change. You know, I think he's brilliant what he's gone and done. But what he wants to do is, he obviously wants to put the right infrastructure in Liberia and do the right things for his country. He's a proud guy. He wants to do right by the children. And you know what? I wished him all the best, and you know, I'm sure it'll go fantastic for him.
Yeah, good luck to him. Gaffer. Lastly.
Well, it's a tricky one, this one, because there's two people. There's actually three, because two of them are going to get the hump with me. Dave Bassett, he was, I forgot about Dave Bassett because he was very structured in the way that you would play, and he was quite a big influence along with Don Howe in my career as well.
Okay.
You know, so those two personnel, I want to mention them because they were fantastic. Luca as well. I was really pleased to have played under Luca.
Vialli?
Yeah, Luca Vialli. But the one that sticks out for me is Terry Venables. Although Terry didn't pick me for '96.
'96. Yeah, I was surprised with that. How did you react?
He left me out, and he just made a choice. He made a choice between a couple of them. It was his decision, you know, I had utmost respect for Terry, and I still do. I still see him now and again. You know, in London sometimes we bump into each other, but his tactics and the way his presence was, and charisma, and you know, I really liked him. You know, he tried to buy me as well when he was manager at Tottenham.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, unfortunately they didn't offer enough
Right.
at the time, and I ended up going for a lot more a year later to Chelsea. But
Right.
I'm glad I went to Chelsea. Trust me.
Dennis, thank you very much for your time.
Ta.
Let us know what you think of the team in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Soccer M's YouTube channel.